Today I'm joining you from the Swiss mountains, mid-France, but right next to Switzerland. And I came here for a week with a friend of mine whose family owns a chalet, which is it's a small wooden house, a cabin, small wooden cabin, I would say. And so we came out here. I took my first ski lesson 2 days ago. Yesterday, I skied again. And it was an adventure, definitely an adventure. I felt like a beginner. And it's really cool when you're at the beginning of something, because when you're at the beginning of something, it's when you're the most vulnerable. It's when your mind is the most absorbent. It's when you have to learn the fastest, and you have to admit that you don't know. And I think that's a special place to be. And it makes me think about just this journey of entrepreneurship, but also the journey of living in a new country. You're exposed to new things every single day, and you have to learn quickly or you get frustrated. But the frustration, it's not because you're frustrated at a certain person, you're frustrated at life. It's more of like you're frustrated at the fact that you don't know, and you have to be vulnerable, and you have to ask for help. And I believe this culture that we live in, people seem to idolize doing it on your own, being self-made, having to get it on your own, because people say that life is a single player game, right? You're born into this world alone and you die alone. And that's true. You're born into the world alone, you die alone, but that in between, you have to interact with people. You have to deal with people. And the world is made up of 8 billion people. And I believe that God did that intentionally. I think that there's something to learn from being with others, being connected to others. And I live by the quote that you're always one connection away from your dream. And it's kind of impossible to have that mindset and have the mindset of and I'm gonna do everything on my own. I think that the latter, I have to do everything on my own, is the harder route to take, because different people have different experiences, different people have different gifts. Every single person is unique, but just the way this world works, it's like we all play a certain role. And so if we could just excel at our role and get help where we are weak and where we're lacking, I think it could save us a lot of energy, a lot of frustration, and it could just lead to more community, more wellness, more healing and growing. And that's really the journey that I'm on. That's what I'm trying to do. What I'm doing is being an advocate for healing and growing by reaching out to people, connecting with people, and also being a connector, bringing other people together, gathering people. I think there's beauty in that too, because some people just don't have that characteristic to where they can go up to people and have a conversation randomly. They have to be in a certain environment. They have to be in a safe space to where they can feel okay sharing and feel okay connecting. And so the gatherers and the connectors are an important piece of every puzzle. And I'm learning more about what that means. I'm learning that, a gatherer and a teacher, in Hebrew, that it's the same word, gatherer and teacher. I forgot the Hebrew word, but it means the same. And so I've been a gatherer for a long time. Thinking back to, when I was 18, 19, throwing parties, I was gathering people, creating an environment for people to come together and have fun. And now, being in Paris, building Blemish, I'm creating an environment for people to come and talk about mental health, mental well-being, and to be vulnerable. And so I've kind of almost mastered the skill of gathering, but now I'm leaning more into my calling and my gift as a teacher. And so that means being okay speaking and having the confidence to know that I have lessons that can be shared, and that those lessons can be very valuable to other people and help other people to heal and grow. And I'm learning that in real time as I'm recording this, and as I'm becoming more involved as a teacher at Packing Up University. I'm learning that the lessons that I have gained from my experience of moving abroad, living abroad for multiple years now, like that information is valuable, and people can use that if they have the same dreams and desires to move abroad and leave their home country, which I think that people should do if they have the opportunity to. Just because living outside of your home country is an amazing way to discover yourself and to discover the world around you in a really deep way. Sometimes we can feel like we're just in this box. I know, especially just for me speaking, like growing up in the US, being in Atlanta, only saw my environment, only saw what was around me. And they say proximity is influence. So if all you have in your proximity is what you grew up around, it's like your influence is limited. But once your proximity expands to different continents, Europe, Asia, Africa, then your influence is going to be that of different cultures, right? And then it's like you become this mixed pot of different ingredients. You have your home country, but then you also have these other countries, and it just makes up this recipe that only you have, and it makes it way more tasteful. And there's power in that, there's beauty in that. And so I want to share that this message kind of like a mini rant as I'm just getting more comfortable speaking and teaching and sharing my experiences. I hope it adds value to you. If it does, let me know. If not, let me know as well. But that's it. Enjoy this vibe. I'm gonna flip this camera around. It's a beautiful thing. God is good.